Hey, what's up everybody, Star05 here, bringing you guys a new pickups video. And in today's pickups video, I'm going to be showing you guys the games and stuff I got for the months of March and April. So without further hesitation, I'm just going to go ahead and start showing everything off. Alright, so first up I have is the game Mirror's Edge for the PlayStation 3. Now this is one I've been wanting for quite a few years myself here. I remember, seeing I've seen Mirror's Edge, clips and stuff of it a lot over the years. And this is that first-person parkour game where the city and everything is in like this pristine white coloring and everything, and where you're supposed to jump and interact with things is all colored in red and all that stuff. It's a pretty cool it's a pretty cool looking color scheme they made for the game. I like how it looks and all that stuff. And yeah, this is a game I've been wanting for a while myself. So I've seen clips and stuff about this game ever since it came out back in I think it came out in 2008 or something like that. Yeah, this game came out either 2008 or 2009, but yeah, I always thought this game looked pretty cool. It's a first-person parkour game. You play as Faith. Always looked cool, and I always wanted to play it. So I finally got around to getting me a copy of this game. What made me really jump on getting a copy of this game sooner than later is recently, back in was it February or March or something like that, they announced that EA was going to shut down the servers for Battlefield Bad Company 1 and 2 and stuff like that. And at the time they said they're going to shut down stuff for that and delist the games digitally. They also mentioned Mirror's Edge and said that they were going to take down. This game doesn't have multiplayer per se, it just has online leaderboards. But they said they were going to delist this game and the 2 Battlefield Bad Company games from the PlayStation Store. So I was like, let me go ahead and buy a physical copy of this game now before they yoink it off the store and then the prices of the physical version go up, because that would be the only way to actually get this game anymore. Now later on after that, I heard that apparently Mirror's Edge was posted on there in error. They didn't intend to post it on that list of stuff they were shutting down. Now, I don't know if that meant that they weren't going to shut down the online leaderboards for this, or if they meant they weren't going to delist the game or anything like that. I wasn't sure, but I wanted to go ahead and buy this anyway, because like I said, this game isn't very expensive to get, physically. It's still a very, very cheap game. But like I said, just in case if they were going to really delist this game digitally, like they said, it's freaking EA. It's hard to trust EA. Hard to trust any of these companies, to be honest with you. But when they said they were gonna delist, I was like, let me go ahead and buy a copy of this. Is whenever a game has a digital version and a physical version, if something ever happens to the digital version, the physical prices go up more to make, because that's the only way to get the game. I mean, I can't imagine the physical of this going up exponentially or anything like that, but I wanted to get it just in case, because it's very cheap. It's not very expensive, so I decided to go ahead and grab it. That was back, they said they're going to delist that stuff towards the end of April, and it's May now, and I haven't gone back on the store to look or anything. I haven't looked in to see if anything Mirror's Edge related got pulled off the store. But hey, I'm glad I actually finally have the physical copy of this now anyways, just in case. That's why I don't like digital stuff. That's why I don't really trust digital stuff much. I mean, I have some digital games and stuff, but I really only get digital games if they're the plus games for the month, and this looks like something I want to buy if there's a really big a sale or discount or something like that. Outside of that, I really don't buy digital games much, because I said I don't like nor really trust digital stuff, and stuff with the Battlefields, and the rumor with this is the reason why. And on the back it says the most exciting first-person adventure of the year, quote from EGM or Electronic Gaming Monthly. There's no looking back. In a city where information is monitored, messengers called runners are the only way to communicate freely. You are Faith, a skilled runner who's uncovered corruption at the city's core, and now you are being hunted. Yeah, this game, like I said, always looked kind of cool, so I've always wanted to play it. So now I'm happy I finally have like the physical copy of this game. So now I can just play it whenever I get around to it. And luckily, with the online, like I said, I don't know if like the online was supposed to get like the leaderboards was supposed to get taken down or not. Like I said, they claim it was posted in error, but just in case it does, the good thing about this game is the multiplayer only refers to like the online leaderboards, and this is an early PS3 game, as you can tell with the spine, PlayStation 3, and then how it says PlayStation 3 up there. So this is an early PS3 game, but luckily the multiplayer trophies aren't, the trophies, and none of the trophies in this game are necessarily tied to any kind of online stuff. So even if the leaderboards get taken down for this, it won't affect the platinum. So I looked into it too, like before I even bought the game. I looked into it, and you can, even if the leaderboards for this go down, you can still get the platinum in it, so that's fine. Alright, next on the list of pickups I have is Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. I've vaguely kind of remember a bit about this game and like seeing it when it came out years ago, and what made me want to play is like, I don't think it's necessarily supposed to be necessarily a decent Resident Evil. It's not supposed to be all that good, but like from what gameplay I've seen, it looks alright. It's like just something, just you want to just turn a game on, just blast zombies and stuff like that. It doesn't look too bad. It looks kind of like kind of neat third-person shooter. It's nothing like the old Resident Evil games. It's way more like fast-paced and stuff like that. But I feel like this is like a kind of Resident Evil I just wanted to try out, just see what it's like and things like that. So I just wanted to give this a shot. And see, Raccoon City has fallen. You are part of Umbrella's elite cleanup squad, sent in to purge all evidence of their involvement. All survivors must be eliminated. All roads lead to hell. Yeah, I guess you kind of play as like the bad guys in this one, because you're part of Umbrella's elite cleanup squad. So, yeah, I guess in this game you play as the bad guys, I guess, since they work for Umbrella. And you have to erase the evidence that all that stuff that went down in Raccoon City and that ever happened. But like I said, this is one game I wanted to try out, so it's been on my want list for a while. Like I said, gameplay looks pretty fun and decent, just like something to mess around with. And here's the manual and things like. Pause that to read it if you wanted to. I'm just gonna flip through the manual really quick. Yeah, like I said, I didn't really look too deep in this game when it came out. I just remember seeing like gameplay and stuff of it being uploaded by people when it came out. Like I said, I don't think this is necessarily supposed to be too good of a Resident Evil game, but like I said, it looks like it might be just like one of those kind of like mindless fun kind of games to play if you just want something like that. So let's buy it and give it a shot. Just try it out. It can't be worse than Umbrella Corps. It can't be. I refuse to play with Umbrella Corps. Like I'm not like a massive, huge Resident Evil fan. I got into the series with 4. I really love 4. I like 5 a lot too, and I know that those ones venture further away from like the traditional Resident Evil formula. And like I said, this one really goes against the traditional Resident Evil formula. This is basically a third-person shooter rather than like a survival horror game. But like, even I refuse to play Umbrella Corps. Like, I've seen gameplay of that. That game looks nasty. I refuse to go anywhere near Umbrella Corps. That's where I draw the line at that. And Resident Evil like 6, I at least tried the demo for Resident Evil 6 and wasn't really feeling it too much outside of Leon's campaign. So even though like I got into Resident Evil with 4 and loved it, and I like 5 as well too, and people consider those like the games that kind of like derailed Resident Evil, I still get and understand Resident Evil's roots as being a more slower paced, ammo conserving survival horror game. So I don't want to venture too further deep or too further away from traditional Resident Evil style. I still want to play like the original Resident Evil. That's another game I would like to pick up at some point. It's like I want to get like the original OG Resident Evil from like the PS1, and I want to get the remake of Resident Evil 1, the HD version on like PS4 or something. I really want to get that eventually one of these days. I've never played the original Resident Evil 1, not the OG version, not the remake, and I really want to at some point. I played the Resident Evil 2, a few years ago through that GameCube version that they made. That was really cool. It was nice to finally play that. But yeah, that's Operation Raccoon City. Alright, so next up here I have is actually a Vita game, and that is Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation for the PlayStation Vita. What made me want to get this version is, for one, I do want some more Vita games. I want to play more Vita games. This will be like my fourth physical Vita game. I don't have a lot of physical Vita games. I wanted to get some more. And another thing that made me want to play this is back, was that last year or this year? I can't even remember anymore. I think that was earlier this year, but remember how like some of the earlier Assassin's Creed games that had online on the PS3, their onlines were getting shut down, like Assassin's Creed 3 and Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. I think Revelations also were all getting their online shut down. And at the time I heard, I don't know if like it was confirmed or like it was a rumor, people thought it was going to happen or whatever, but apparently this Assassin's Creed has online also, and people thought, oh, is this going to get shut down too? But it never did. I don't think it was ever on like the list to get shut down, but people might have thought it was, but it wasn't. I didn't even know this game had any type of online features for it, so that's another part of the reason why I wanted to get the Vita version, because like I said, one, I want more Vita games. Two, I want to play this on the Vita. It seemed like have some cool like gameplay quirks and stuff because of the Vita and touchscreen and all that stuff. And the third one is I want to play through this and get the platinum eventually, but I want to at least clear out the online, so that way just in case if they do decide to shut down the multiplayer for this game, I'll hopefully I'll already have the trophies for it by then at least. So you might just pop this in, get the multiplayer trophies and at least be done with that. It's kind of hard to stay ahead of server closures and stuff these days, and it seems like time goes on, so many PS3 games and older games are getting their online shut down, and so many games from that era had like trophies and platinums tied to the multiplayer. So if the multiplayer ever goes down, you cannot get the platinum anymore, which is really annoying. And one of the few things that I don't miss from the PS360 era was how like every game seemingly had to have an online. I mean, yeah, some of the onlines were fun and stuff. It's just like you don't play them or anything, time goes by and you don't really realize how much time has gone by, and these games like 10, 15 something years old and the servers are getting shut down. It's just like, dang, what happened? I didn't even get to play that yet. Sorry, I can't play literally every game that I want to play that comes out the very day it comes out or anything like that. I don't know what you want me to do with it. So I just thinking ahead and trying to get some games I think would be cool. I would like to stay ahead of like server closures and stuff, and this was one of them. When I found out that the servers for this game are still up and all that stuff, it hasn't been shut down or anything, that's the other reason what led me to want to buy this on the Vita, was to play through and get like there's like 3 or 4 multiplayer trophies. And I looked into the multiplayer. Honestly, it's nothing even exciting really. All you do is just you have to like have like these little like kind of invasion like things, whatever. You just like just tap the screen and like send little virtual troops to little areas and stuff, and have them like do like these little fights and stuff. Honestly, from what I've looked up when I looked up about this game's multiplayer and stuff, and pretty much everybody says it's basically like a Facebook game. Like honestly, like that's this game's multiplayer. It says it has online infrastructure players 2 to 64 competitive. That's the multiplayer. You would see that and think, dang, 2 to 64 competitive multiplayer on a Vita game, but nah, it's literally you just tap the screen and wait for like energy regens and all that stuff. It's literally a Facebook mobile game tier multiplayer. It's nothing really like groundbreaking or exciting or anything. You just sit there and tap the screen and manually for like hours on end until you get like the 3 or 4 whatever multiplayer trophies for this. So it's not too exciting, but I'm like, you know what? I'm happy I at least have this game, so that could be something I do is like play this game, at least load it up on the Vita, and at least just get the multiplayer trophies done, so that way I don't have to worry about it later, and you know, might just, you know, actually sit down and play through the rest of the game later, because I don't want the multiplayer to just like disappear or whatever. I'm not done with it yet, but you know, it's like they say, you know, you get the multiplayer done, you pretty much got the platinum. That says a stunning open world in your hands. It's 1765. Spanish forces plan to seize control of Louisiana. Eveline, a fearless assassin, will stop at nothing in her fight for freedom. From merchants to dueling pistols, unleash an all-new arsenal. Use your PlayStation Vita's touchpads to execute deadly slow-motion chain kills. Choose from multiple disguises to stalk and kill your enemies unseen. But yeah, like I know they made the I know that eventually at some point they put this on the PS4 after a while, but like I said, I prefer to want to do the Vita version, because like I said, that's just the version I want to play, and I feel like, you know, that's the version at least the people have played comparison. I'm pretty sure people that have played this more want to play the PS4 version, so I want to do the Vita version. So yeah. And here's the inside of it. No manual, of course, because there isn't very many, if any, really, Vita games that came with manuals. And yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's another Assassin's Creed game I want to get. The only other Assassin's Creed games I really want to play, honestly, is like Syndicate. I've always thought Syndicate looked kind of cool. So yeah, this and Syndicate, that's pretty much my like fill on Assassin's Creed. I think I've talked before about, you know, like kind of just losing interest in the Assassin's Creed games as they went on over time. But yeah, there's AC3 Liberation on the Vita. Alright, lastly, the final thing I have for my pickups video isn't really a video game, but it is video game related, and that is this right here. The focus, this comic called Danger Girl, written by J. Scott Campbell and Andy Hartnell. This is a comic book. It's the ultimate collection. It has like all of the collections of like the entire Danger Girl series in this comic book. It's wrapped up in one comic book collection like this. Yeah, you maybe wonder how I found out about this or whatever. Well, I'd never heard of Danger Girl before, but if you guys remember, a few months ago I did that video of me playing, trying out Danger Girl on the PS1, where I was playing on my PS3, and you know, if you guys haven't seen that video, and I said at the time, you know, I liked what little I played of the game, and I said I wanted to play some more at some point. So a while back, actually back in March, I forgot to make a mention of it back in March, but back in March, I sat down and actually played through Danger Girl all the way itself, and I beat the game, and it's fun. I actually really like Danger Girl. Like, it's a bit tough and challenging in some aspects, and definitely has a little bit of that PS1 era jank to it. But overall, I thought Danger Girl for the PS1 was a pretty decent game. I enjoyed playing it. It was a lot of fun. But I told myself, because like I said, I found out about these comics through the video game, because like I said, I never heard of either of them before. And then when I was doing research on PS1 games, and I found that game, thought it looked cool, I wanted to play it, and I told myself that, whenever I sit down and actually play all the way through Danger Girl, if I like the game enough, I want to buy the comic series that the game was based off of, and read the comics and see what it's like. And like I said, I played through Danger Girl, and despite a few little flaws and issues here and there with it, overall I liked the game. So I liked it enough to want to buy the comics, and I'm glad I did. I've been reading through it a little bit myself. I haven't finished it yet. It's gonna be tough to it's gonna be tough to get like the entire like comic, get all the pages in the screen and good quality and good resolution. Yeah, this is a pretty big comic book, to be honest with you. Yeah, those are the characters that you can play as in the game. That's Sydney Savage. That's Abby Chase. And yes, that is Bruce Campbell. Has like a whole introduction by Bruce Campbell himself. You can pause to read this if you want to. I don't know if you'll be able to read. I'm trying to like get it all in the screen, but like I said, this comic book is pretty big, so it's hard to get all this in the screen. If you can't read any of it, I apologize. But yeah, from what little I've read of this so far, I like it. It's pretty much, you know, how it's pretty much showing how Abby got involved with Danger Girl and how she joined them in the it shows how she joined up with Danger Girl and stuff like that. I really like the artwork for this. I've always liked that like 90s and early 2000s like comic book art style. This comic book isn't from the 90s. It's from like 2001, I think, is when like the original run of the Danger Girl comic store, I think, started in 2001. But I really like the art style and things like that. It looks really cool. I like the character designs and all that stuff. Like I said, I've always just liked like these 90s and 80s or 90s and 2000s comic book art. I've never actually been that deep into comics like that, really. Like, there's nothing wrong with comics. I just never really got into comics like that when I was little. So like, this is pretty much like my first time really just like going out of my way to like buy a comic and read it and stuff like that. Yeah, this art style is great. I really like J. Scott Campbell's art style and stuff. His art style is really cool. I like how he just draws and all that stuff, and yeah, like how, and I also like how he does like the, you know, panels and stuff. Like how he just has like this draws like the panels and all that stuff with like the scenes and shots and all that stuff. Like I said, I'm not a huge comic book like person. I never really got into comics like that, like I said. But you know, what I read, like the introduction to this, you know, it talked about like how when J. Scott Campbell and wanted to make Danger Girl, he said he wanted to just be like constant action, like, you know, action in like the scenes and stuff. So like there's still images and just drawn and stuff, but like there's just so much action going on in just a still image drawing. So that's what he said he wanted to do. He wanted to make it just like constant, non-stop, action-packed stuff like that. I say it was really inspired by you know, like Indiana Jones and things like that. Like I said, this art style primo. But yeah, this is a really cool comic from what little I've read of it, and like I said, the art style and all that stuff is really cool. Like, what's one page that he did? Like one page in here that I came across from like an early scene in it that I was reading was this part right here. Just I was trying to get this entire thing into the frame of the camera is kind of tough because, like I said, this comic book is pretty big. But I like this this page right here, like this image right here looks really cool, because what's happening is that's Deuce. He's like the leader of Danger Girl. He created them, and in this panel right here, he's like pretty much telling she was talking to Abby and telling how and why he formed the Danger Girl group, because they were wanting to recruit her to help him because he likes like her skill set and talents and stuff like that. So he's pretty much giving the backstory on why he created Danger Girl. And like this picture right here, I just thought was really cool. Like, this is a flashback image of the main bad guy. It's called the Hammer, and like I just thought this page was really cool. Just like, you know, how, you know, like menacing and threatening they look and stuff, and how like Abby's face is like infused into like the flashback, because she's like imagining, you know, like how they do flashbacks and stuff. It's like, imagine, you know, what they're showing and stuff like that. So they just have him here just like lurking in the back, and then half her face is obscured by the Hammer's logo and stuff. I just thought that looked really, really cool. But yeah, there's a lot of cool looking shots and stuff like that in this in this comic. Like I said, the way he, like, the panels and stuff look really cool and all that, and the art style is really awesome. I like the art style a lot. Yeah, this comic is really cool. Like I said, I was just beginning really reading it, so I thought it was would you look at that? When I saw that, I was laughing. I'm like, did they seriously put freaking Mario in there? Can they even do that? But yeah, like I said, the art style and stuff look really cool. But yeah, I want to read through more of this at some point. What I've read through it so far is pretty cool. But yeah, I pretty much find out about this through the Danger Girl video game for the PS1 that I played through and enjoyed, and made me want to check out the comic, and now I have it. So yeah, like I said, these are just still drawing images, and there's just so much action in it. Like, I see what he was talking about when he said he wanted to make him action, to make it constantly action. It's just kind of crazy how, like, you can sit there and draw a still, non-moving image, yet if you know how to do it right, you can make it look like it has so much action going into it, even though you're just looking at a still image the entire time. It's kind of crazy to think about. But yeah, Danger Girl is pretty cool from what I've read of it so far, so I can't wait to, sit down and get more into it myself. That's pretty much my pickups that I got for the months of March and April. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm Stammer35 and I'm out. Please don't forget to rate and comment and subscribe. Peace.